Good morning, everybody. Joe Marcarelli, attorney in San Diego. We're actually going to be switching it up a little bit this time, and we're presenting a series that we call Essential Estate Planning for the Busy Family. Contrary to popular belief and what a lot of attorneys are selling, not everybody needs a living trust, and we'll be discussing that at some point in the future. But there are certain documents related to protecting your family that everybody needs. If you are breathing and you have a pulse, there are certain documents that every family needs. Those documents are an advance healthcare directive, a durable power of attorney for management of property and personal affairs, and a physician's order for life-sustaining treatment in the event of an emergency. We call this particular package, if you will, the family's essential documents. We're going to discuss each one of these in an upcoming series that we do, but for right now, we're going to be talking about the Advanced Healthcare Directive or Living Will. And as usual, I've got my trusty notes to make sure that I don't leave anything important out. So, what is an Advanced Healthcare Directive or Living Will? First of all, for our purposes and for this discussion, we're just going to refer to it as an Advanced Healthcare Directive, okay? It's a document, basically, that outlines two basic things. The first is specific medical instructions that you give to be applied while you are alive, but if you're unable to give those instructions on your own. Okay, so the first is instructions. The second basic thing that an Advanced Healthcare Directive does is specify who you will appoint to make those decisions on your behalf, who your healthcare agent is, who has durable power of attorney to make those decisions on your behalf. So the good news and the bad news is this. A long time ago, we didn't even really have to make these decisions, but with medical technology now, we definitely know that we can be kept alive for years if we're in a coma or vegetative state of some type. So, with your family, it is really important to put your desires and wishes in writing, no matter how insignificant you believe they are, just to avoid a conflict at a future date, okay? So, the Advanced Healthcare Directive is basically going to state whether you do or do not want life support in two particular situations. The first is you become terminally ill and will die shortly after the life support is removed. And the second scenario is if you fall into a coma or permanent vegetative state. And we know the news abounds, and there's a case going on right now of situations where that has occurred, and there's a conflict as to what should be done. So the idea of an Advanced Healthcare Directive is to eliminate those conflicts. Your Advanced Healthcare Directive is also going to address several other very important issues. One is whether you want artificial nutrition through tube feeding. Do you want artificial hydration? Do you want pain medication to be given or withdrawn under certain circumstances? And it also can include any wishes you may have as to how your religious values may impact future treatment. So pretty direct, pretty straightforward. To summarize what we believe the important points are, is that number one, in order to avoid a future conflict at the most inopportune time of your life, it is important to put your wishes in writing no matter what they are. Secondly, an Advanced Healthcare Directive, very important, only becomes effective when you are unable to communicate your desires. And thirdly, it's important that you appoint a person, that you pick a person who you trust and who you believe will actually take on the responsibility and make sure that your wishes and desires will be performed. So appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of requests, a lot of phone calls based on these particular issues. Next time we'll be discussing a durable power of attorney in general for property and personal affairs. Keep the cards and letters coming. As usual, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to call us, and we'll chat with you next week.